Good morning, everyone. It's another beautiful day in upstate New York. Today's adventure, in keeping with the family theme and the Revolutionary War theme, we're going to go check out the Bennington Battlefield, which supposedly is where one of my ancestors is buried, a man by the name of Waterman Els Sr. And the older senior, died there and is supposedly buried there somewhere. So let's go check it out. We are actually in North Bennington, heading west back toward New York because I took a wrong turn and ended up in Vermont. Apparently, the battlefield is in New York. So we are heading back to New York after a brief little turnaround. So let's go see what this looks like. Entering the Hudson River Valley National Heritage Area. Welcome to New York. In my case, welcome back to New York. For those of you who want to find it, it's Route 67 east of Schuylerville. Go through several really small towns and you'll get here. Very twisty, turny roads. Very much country. There. My GPS is 3 minutes, so we are almost there. I've never been in this section of New York before, so this is definitely something new. And we have found the Bennington Battlefield. 1777. So we're going to take it slow because I don't know what's up here. It has a very different feel than Saratoga, than the battlefield at Saratoga, at least so far. It's definitely not as well-traveled, well-visited. This is more like a city park almost. is very narrow and a little bit rough. Very windy. Very backwoods looking. We're opening onto something. Parking and picnic area. Information and History Building, which is closed. Wow. Very different. Very, very different. And there is no one here. Okay, let's go out and see what we can find. So we're here at the top of the hill at the Bennington Battlefield, and it looks like they're setting up for something. Maybe do some stuff tomorrow on the 4th. Today is July 3rd. So maybe they're going to do something on the 4th. So we'll take a walk this way. And I'll give you a pan around a little bit. It is a little dreary. The weather here has been on and off. Hot and then rain. Hot and then rain. That's looking up at the flagpole. I had been under the impression that the Battle of Bennington took place in Vermont, but apparently we are on the New York side of the state line. Hoosick is to the west, and Bennington is right down to the east. So we have a plaque here. And this took place about 2 months before Saratoga. By the end of July 1777, the British invasion from Canada under General John Burgoyne had progressed to Fort Edward on the Hudson River. Desperately in need of supplies, Burgoyne dispatched an expedition on August 11th under Lieutenant Colonel Frederick Boehm to capture the American storehouses at Bennington, Vermont, which were thought to be guarded by only a handful of rebel militia. About half of Boehm's troops were mercenaries who spoke only German. Although from Brunswick, these men, like all German troops, were commonly called Hessians by the Americans. The rest of Boehm's force consisted of small detachments of British sharpshooters, Indians, Canadians, and American loyalists. The British, however, had grossly underestimated American strength. New Hampshire had raised more than 1,500 men under General John Stark to meet Burgoyne's threat. An additional militia from Vermont and western Massachusetts also turned out. On August 14th, aware that American resistance was growing, Boehm encamped his troops around this hill. just 5-minute miles from Bennington, to wait for reinforcements. On August 16th, following a day of rain, Stark deployed his troops to attack Baum from all sides. In a 2-hour battle, Baum's outpost collapsed, and his main position atop this hill was overrun, but not before Baum's dragoons fought off the attackers with their sabers. Too late to help Baum, reinforcements under Lieutenant Colonel Heinrich von Bremen approached from the west, only to be driven off by Seth Warner's Continental Regiment. Baum was killed in the battle, as were over 200 of his men, and all but a few of the remainder became American prisoners. There's another plaque, and this is facing east. The previous plaque was facing north. There is a monument, Bennington Monument. It is in Bennington. I don't know if we'll visit it. And this is Hessian's Hill. And this is facing south. And there are plaques. And I'll take you down and show you what they say. There's 3 of them over here on this side. Let's turn around. Dedicated by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as a tribute to her patriotic volunteers who rendered valuable service in the repulse of the Burgoyne invasion at the Battle of Bennington, August 16, 1777. So we're going to walk this way and check out this other one. It's very different, has a real different feel than the Saratoga battlefield. And this one, says, in grateful memory of the patriots of Vermont and of their fellow patriots from the neighboring states who here fought for American independence under the command of General John Stark and Colonel Seth Warner, August 16, 1777. Erected on behalf of the state of Vermont by the Vermont Historical Society. You have to forgive the noise. They're mowing here, which is funny because every place I visited in this little side trips, everybody's been mowing. And this plaque says, a memorial commemorating the record of the New Hampshire troops under the command of John Stark in this important and decisive engagement, August 16, 1777. I'll give you a look at this hillside. somewhere on this hillside or in these woods, my ancestor Waterman Els Sr. fell. Somewhere on these grounds he's buried, at least according to family history. So this is the other side. Across from the flags. Let's go check this out. Colonel Nichols, New Hampshire Regiment. I'm curious as to which of the regiments the Elses were part of. Junior and senior. Cannon Corner. Another plaque explaining the cannon. I am guessing that's a replica. This is another part of the field. Up by the hill in the parking lot. Across. This is the position of Colonel Herrick's Vermont Rangers. Down here. We'll walk a little bit. And then up on the hill, if my knee was better, I would do some more walking, but to see if there's more of those little signs. This is the battlefield, the loop. So I'm guessing there are signs along the way down in there telling you who was where. It's surprising how small it looks. If my knee was fitter, I would somewhere on these grounds is buried Waterman Els Sr. So we're starting our little trip down the hill. We're going to go see if we can find the Bennington Battlefield Monument, which is not that far from here.
Head north on Bennington Battlefield toward New York 67 West.
There is an information booth, which you can see right ahead of you, but there's nobody in there. So trying to get information and figure out what's what is a little difficult. I did meet a nice lady, the car that's on the left. Did meet that nice lady, had a nice discussion with her. That was interesting. So we're gonna go down. And back out onto the road. Now there is a plaque up in the woods to the left, but I'm not sure what it is, and there's no place to really park. The post says baggage, whatever that means.
In 600 feet, turn left onto New York 67 East. Take the next left onto New York 67 East.
So that ends our tour of the battlefield. We're going to go and see if we can find the monument, which, according to GPS, is 15 minutes away. So let's go see if we can find it. Well, we're in North Bennington, which appears to be its own little hamlet. And the road is pretty washboardy. At least this road is. It's kind of a back road, I think. It's fun. We're playing Dodge the Pothole. it. Solid ground. Solid pavement.
In 800 feet, turn right onto River Road.
Interesting. This is kind of really a cool
Take the
area.
next right onto River Road, then continue straight onto Murphy Road. Continue straight onto Murphy Road.
Oh, is this not cool? And we are just barely going to clear it. Is this not cool, guys? Ah, is this not cool? Oh my God, it's so cool.
Continue on Murphy Road for half a mile.
This must be Bennington, or at least part of it.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Austin Hill Road. Take the next right onto Austin Hill Road.
Okay, we are on Austin Hill Road. And it is a
Continue on
hill.
Austin Hill Road for 3/4 of a mile.
It is definitely a hill.
In a 1/4 mile, turn left onto Vale Road.
Wow. We're out in the boonies, guys. We are out in the boonies.
Take the next left onto Vale Road.
Well, you're getting a tour of parts of Bennington, Vermont.
Continue for 1.5 miles.
Well, this is iconic Vermont, that's for sure. It definitely is not that unlike the Adirondacks. Wow. We're getting close. The GPS is 3 minutes. So we must be getting close.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Walloomsac Road.
Some of these houses, some of these old farmhouses are so pretty. Not sure I'd want to clean them or maintain them, but they are very pretty.
Take the next left onto Walloomsac Road.
Okie dokie. Look at that one being restored. That's an old house. This is very pretty. Oh, cool. Wonder if there's a place to park.
In 1,000 feet, your destination will be on the left. Let's see if we can find a place to park. Your destination is on the left.
And this is the Bennington Battle Monument in Bennington, Vermont. Wow. It's a nice park. We're going to go see if we can find out any information on the soldiers who were buried on the battlefield. See if we can find some reference. Maybe the guy at the museum will know. I'll be honest. Go ahead. It's quite the little place. So we're looking for the museum. Oh, that was cool. These are some old homes. There's the museum. Excuse me, where's the museum? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I think she said make the next left. She said make the next left. And it's on the right. Bennington Museum. So we're here at the Bennington Museum. We're going to see if we can find out any information on the soldiers who died at the battlefield and where they were buried, if they know, or if they were just buried as they fell. This is in front of the Bennington Museum. Very cool place. Really, really cool place. Great place to come if you want to look at Vermont history and genealogy. Very cool. So I did get into the genealogical section of the museum, and I did speak with a couple of the volunteers there, and they did have a file on Waterman Els Sr. Most of that information was provided by my birth mother, but there were a couple of other things that were provided by other people. One of the pieces of paper that were in that file was a witness statement from a surviving soldier, and I will paraphrase what that said because unfortunately I didn't keep it. But what it boils down to is Soldier 1 came across Soldier 2, who was standing next to the body of Waterman Els Sr., and Soldier 1 asked Soldier 2 if that was indeed Captain Waterman Els, and Soldier 2 said yes, it was. And Soldier 1 said, "That's okay, I don't want to hear anymore. I don't need to hear anymore." And there was a note with that witness statement that apparently Captain Els and Soldier 2 had words, quote unquote words, the night before. So from that statement, you can, you could surmise a lot of things. Either he was killed in battle. It's possible that Soldier 2 may have been very angry and, did something unthinkable. In any way, it is accepted that he did indeed die at the Battle of Bennington, and he is buried in an unmarked grave on the battlefield.